Hi, Miss Dyer's back. Okay, right now we've been doing our integers, and in a previous lesson we've done decimals and fractions, and now we're going to combine everything together. Okay, our first problem is a -3/4 divided by a -4/5. Are the signs the same? Yes, so it's a positive answer. Let's just go ahead and put a plus sign right now, and then we'll go back and work our problem. So remember, it's keep it, change it, flip it. Now I'm going to multiply across. 3 times 5 is 15. 4 times 4 is 16, so I get a positive 15/16. Now that wasn't that hard, was it now? You thought it was going to be terribly awful. Okay, let's do our next one. Okay, I have -1 minus a -2/3. Okay, remember, what is our subtraction? Change the subtraction sign to addition and take the opposite sign of the number that follows. Okay, I've got addition of opposite signs. Okay, what do I do? Good, I have to what? I have to subtract. So I'm going to have, okay, first of all, oops, which one of these is further from 0? A -1 or a 2/3? -1 is further from 0, so my answer is going to be a negative. Let's go ahead and put that right there so we know what it is. Now I have to take 1 and subtract 2/3. Okay, 1 minus 2/3. Oops, looks like it's a borrowing problem. Okay, I have to borrow 1 whole here, and I'm going to add the equivalent of 1/3 here, or the equivalent of 1 in thirds right there. Okay, so now I have 3/3 minus 2/3 gives me 1/3, and before we said our answer was going to be negative, so it's a -1/3. Okay, so what I did was I changed the subtraction sign to addition. I took the opposite sign of the number that followed, and then I realized that my signs were different, so I was going to have to do a subtraction problem. Okay, so I had to borrow from my 1 and make it 3/3 and then subtract. Okay, next problem. Ooh, I've got another subtraction. Mrs. Dyer's being mean to us today. Okay, here we go. Change the subtraction sign to addition. Take the opposite sign of the number that follows. Okay, we have got addition of 2 negative fractions that are mixed numbers, so my answer is going to be a negative because they are the same sign. Okay, now Mrs. Dyer's told us, and she's right, because we have to write it up and down, so I'm going to add my 5 2/3 here and my 3 5/8 here. Okay, what is my common denominator? It's 24. Awesome. Okay, 3 times 8, so 2 times 8 is 16. 24 is my common denominator. 8 goes into 24 3 times. 5 times 3 is 15. Let's add our numerators. We get 31 plus over 24, and then 5 plus 3 is 8. Okay, what's wrong with my answer? Yeah, we've got an improper fraction. How do we take this improper fraction and make it a mixed number? We have to divide. Okay, so I'm going to divide 24 into 31. It goes one time with 7 left. So it's a 1 7/24. So I'm going to take the 1 7/24. That is equivalent to my 31/24, and I'm going to add that to my whole number 8. So I'm going to come back over here. 8 plus 1 7/24 gives me 9 7/24. And that's going to be my answer. Oh, I'm glad I put that negative sign there earlier, because now I have the right answer. Okay, I know it's all over the place. What we did is we first found a common denominator of 24. We made equivalent fractions, and we realized we had an improper fraction. So now we have to divide to make it a mixed number. Then we take our whole number that we had, add, and then we have, this is our answer, and I'm so glad we found our sign earlier. Okay, we're moving on. Okay, Ooh, decimals, yeah. Okay, here we go. I've got a negative times a positive. What's my answer going to be? Are the signs the same or are they different? By now you should know it is different. It's going to be a negative. So let's multiply. Remember, when you multiply, you do not line up the decimal places. I have 2 digits here. I've got 2 digits here. So I've got a 2 by 2 digit number. Just multiply like normal. Ignore those decimal points. We'll handle them later. Okay, la-di-da. We're just sitting here multiplying. Okay, so that is my answer, but I've got 2 places to the right of the decimal point here. I've got 1 place to the right of the decimal point here for a total of 3 places to the right of the decimal point. So I have to start at the back of my answer, and I have to go 1, 2, 3. My decimal point's going to go here, and I wrote my negative sign there earlier, so my answer is negative 325 thousandths. Okay, pause as you need to copy these problems down because you're going to get some later. Oh, look at this problem. Okay, we've got a series of subtraction problems. I've got 14 minus a negative 3 8/10 minus 6. Okay, what's our rule? Change subtraction sign to addition, take the opposite sign of the number that follows, change my subtraction sign to addition, take the opposite sign that follows. Okay. Now that looks better. Okay, so we've got 14. We've got 2 positive numbers here. 14 plus 3 8/10. Where's my decimal in my 14? Do you see it here before? No. Do you see it here in the middle? No. So that means it's a whole number. It's at the end. So I have 14 plus 3 8/10, which gives me 17 8/10. And then because I have a negative 6, I have to do what? Good. All right, we subtract. Okay, so I have 11 8/10, and because this group of numbers that I added that had positive signs gave me an answer of 17 8/10, which is further from 0 than the 6, my answer is a positive 11 8/10. Hope you got those down. Okay, now we've got problems you need to work. So copy them down. Let me get them here where you can see them. Let the little camera adjust itself. Okay, let's see if we can get them all on here. Okay, copy them down. Push pause right now. Bring them to class, worked, and we'll check them tomorrow. I hope you got them. Bye.